Samuel A. Eyitayo is the director of the Whitney M. Young Junior Information Resource Center in the U.S. Consulate General, Lagos. He has attended several professional courses in the U.S., Europe, and several parts of Africa and has received several awards. He is a fellow of the Nigerian Library Association and distinguished fellow of the Global Salzburg Seminar in Austria. He is a trainer par excellence on the use of the internet. Many professionals and government institutions have benefited from his training programs. These institutions include the Federation of International Lawyers, FIDA, National Human Rights Commission, Nigerian Law School, journalists, library and information professionals, youth and women's groups, to mention a few. Speaking on the topic, Building the Nigeria of Our Dream Through a Digitally Driven Economy, the power of the web in national and economic building and the social and economic value of the digital space. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Samuel Eyitayo.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much. This morning we are going to be looking at this topic, the power of the web in national and economic building. So we're looking at the socio-economic values of the digital space. I would like to start with by Tim, who was the inventor of the World Wide Web. In many ways, people growing up with the web and now the semantic web take the power at their fingertips for granted. In my course of work for the past over 20 years, when I see young people come around to use the internet, it amazes me the type of thing they've come to do on the net. Your guess is just as mine, just to check email, look at Facebook, chat. In fact, if allowed, some of them would like to look at pornographies. And at the end of the day, some of them, now that we have internet on our phones, they are busy doing whatever. They are not adding values to their lives. Now, the creator of the World Wide Web said, they take the power at their fingertips for granted. I hope at the end of this presentation or today, you will not again take for granted the opportunity you have with the internet. We all know Bill Gates, and he said something also. It's always good to start with the big ones. Look at what he said. He said, information technology and business are becoming inextricably interwoven. I don't think anybody can talk meaningfully about one without talking about the other. In other words, anytime you venture into saying anything relating to business, IT is at the heart of that. Everything that we have now, we have in the traditional economy, books. What do we have next? Now, e-books. We have libraries. What do we have now? What about banking? What do we have now? What about mails? You know, we all go to post office, isn't it? What do we have now? So everything is E. And at the end of the day, you are thinking, what is this all about? If you look at the headline of the current magazine called The Atlantic, it says technology will soon erase what? Could that be a good thing? Answer that question. Could that be a good thing? Now, technology will replace jobs. The reason why it's going to replace jobs is because those jobs you and I are trained for are no longer available. Most of us have gone to universities, isn't it? the kind of courses that we take eventually do not prepare us for what is out there. A number of times I've spoken to young people coming out of universities, and the next thing is, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm looking for a job. But do you know what? There are jobs. In my office, we do advertise on a weekly basis. Jobs. There are vacancies. Jobama will tell you, there are a lot of vacancies. But the point is, we are being trained with skills that are no more relevant for the market. President John F. Kennedy said, if men have the talents to invent new machines that put men out of work, they have the talent to put those men back to work. And what's the talent? The talent, and that's what we're talking about today, to be able to use the technology to put you back to work. I trained as a librarian principally. But while in school, I discovered that those lessons that we were taking were already out of date. You know what I did? I began to self-train myself. And before I knew it, I became a web designer, web developer. Nobody taught me that. I taught myself. And within the embassy family, I was on that position for 10 years. And I went for a meeting somewhere, and somebody was arguing with me and said, no, you can't be a librarian. I said, I am a librarian. He said, no, I've never seen a librarian who knows so much about technology. So the point today is, the jobs that you think you are looking for, you are not prepared for such jobs. So you need to put in those skills using technology for you to even get those jobs. Amazon is testing something out. We all know the delivery vans. They go around just like we have it right now. But they are testing it and trying to see how can we get drones to deliver packages. Can you imagine that? Now, will that affect jobs? Yes or no? How many of you have seen this in Nigeria? Anybody? Okay. Now, things are becoming more and more placed on our mobile phones. And at the end of the day, doing business will be solely on your phone. And that is happening already. Now, why I'm laying all this is to let you know the fact that digital economy that we're talking about is not far away. It is here in Nigeria. And I was looking at the Punch newspaper, and I discovered this particular headline. It said, Nigeria well positioned for what? Digital economy. And that's the fact. So I want to encourage you to please wake up. When you look at the statistics, he has said a lot about that. The internet penetration in Nigeria is on the increase. As of today, if you look from NCC, it says we have 83 million internet users. Of course, you know, on my phone, I have 2 phones. So that 2 phones is part of the 83 million. But we have a lot of people out there using the internet. And what does that tell you? If you want to sell something, you have 83 million people. If you want to have a service, you have 3 million people. So the socioeconomic values of this digital economy, I can summarize them to be this. Businesses are becoming more portable. Less overheads on infrastructures. More impact on the GDP. Real-time communication is getting better and better. People are getting more and more creative. He has told us that, and it's a gradual collapse of the former economy, and that will free up more will be creative artists so that they can do more. Now, I'm rushing because I know he has covered a lot of this. The next thing is, how do you as a person, Your value. How do you improve it? Because in this new economy, it is people, you as a person, you that matters. It's not the building, it's you. For instance, look at this company, look at these people. Half of these may not even come to work. Work as in coming to office. They'll be working at home. All they need, their laptop and internet. And at the end of the day, you need to improve yourself with technology. But how do you do that? I will just give you some tips. Number one, you must first and foremost accept the fact that digital economy is real. A number of times, most people still do not believe this fact. I remember a particular time we were to buy, we were buying Tokumbo some years ago. And if you want to buy Tokumbo, you always look for a particular type of Tokumbo. The one with the back axle. Because of our bad roads, isn't it? You have the option of buying the one with the front drive, one drive. But you said, no, I want the back axle because the road to my house is not good. But you know what? Some point, they stopped producing that. So the reality came that whether you like it or not, you must buy what is available. I am telling you this. The fact is, digital economy is right here. And if you don't accept it as real, then you may not be going anywhere. Number two, you need to be determined and you need to be passionate about adding value to your life. You need to be a valuable person in this economy. I always aspire to do that. In my office, I want to stand out in my community, in my church, in my neighborhood, as somebody who is a resource person, somebody who has what it takes to do things, get things done. And if you don't put those values into your life, you will not be able to have that. Number three, know how from the dead. What do I mean by that? The dead and the living. Read. Take time to read. And I want to use this opportunity to invite you. The U.S. government has 2 libraries in Nigeria, one in Lagos, one in Abuja, and we have 11 American corners. I will talk about them. But in the library, we have about 5,000 books. But online, we have over 50,000 e-books that are downloadable. So make sure you acquire know-how from the dead and the living. The e-library we're talking about has about 30 different databases. Anybody in school here? Is anybody in school? Master's, PhD. We have a lot of resources for you. We have a particular commercial product called Academic One File. That file alone has over 62 million full-text articles. For those of us in the business world, which I think you are, we have what we call the Business Source Premier. It has full-text articles from over 2,300 journals, dating back to 1886. Right here in Lagos, we can give you access, and you can access it anywhere you are, either in Lagos, Ibadan. Number 4, take relevant open online courses called MOOCs. There are a lot of courses that can empower your life. Take those courses. What the U.S. Embassy has done is, for those who are on our list, we are providing monthly list of all these MOOCs that are available. So in the comfort of your room, you have access to all this list. We also tell you where you can find them if you don't want to get it from us, and you can take them. The beauty of it is that you can also come into our library to take those courses. We have purchased about 10 iPads, fully loaded with internet as broadband, and you can come in Monday to Thursday, 9 to 3, and on Friday, 10 to 12. Access it free of charge. We also have about 6 terminals that you can also access. So 6 plus 10, 16. And then you can have like 2 hours at a time, 3 hours. If nobody's around, you can have the whole day. So we have this access. Number 5, be skillful in your research for resources online. Go beyond the surface. Most times, most of us, all we need is just to type in things and then we expect. No. You need to go beneath the surface. And we do training twice a month to teach people on how to be skillful on the use of the internet. Opportunities for you. You could see some of the slides of training opportunities that we do have for our members. Researching for quality materials. Tools for keeping up to date. Effective use of the Facebook. Many of you are using Facebook. You don't know how to be effective. Most of us will spend hours, but you're not effective. We can teach you that. We do quite a lot of things, growing your business through free online resources. Next. And I want to feedback on some of the people, because I've been asked to make it as real as possible. Those who have taken our courses in the last 1 month, these are some of the things they said. Number 1, there's one core there. It's a student as well as HR consultant. He said the training has improved my research skills and quest for knowledge and access to relevant information. Look at the last one there, Owolabi Janet. He said, thank you for making me what? Better than I came. Julie said, this session is an eye-opener. Listening to the librarian is just like coming to light or open. After being where? In the dark for too long. In summary, information is power. So what we do essentially there is to open effective research. I once told my son, who is a final year student now, computer engineering, I said, let me teach you how to do proper research. He looked at me and said, Daddy, I know it more than you. I said, really? I said, okay, show me how to do this one. And he did what everybody will do. And I said, what about this? And that's the problem with this generation. I know how to use that. I met another young, beautiful journalist who came to our space, and he was walking, and lo and behold, the library. And when he saw Mercy, I said, yes. He said, really? We don't need libraries anymore. I said, really? I said, well, if you don't like books, we still have some other things we can offer. Next week, we're having this training. Will you be available? He said, well, I'm so busy, but, I said, please come, if you can just come. So she came. After 2-hour session, I said, can I have... Yes. Is there anybody here who has gained at least 1 or 2 things? She was the first person to raise her hand. And I said, okay, yeah, ladies first, ladies first. And then she raised her hand and stood up and said, look, I never thought there are better ways of doing this. So I'm pushing to you to please avail yourself of this opportunity. Number 6, to double your income, Robin Sharma said, triple your rate of learning. If you want to double your income, learn at a rate. How many times? 3 times. I have rule for myself, which somebody taught me in one of the conferences I went to about 22 years or so ago, about this 15 minutes rule. Buy as many slots, 15-minute slots per day, and learn something to improve yourself. I have my boss here. Actually, she was supposed to speak, but she gave me the opportunity. That's Rhonda Watson. She believed so much in me that she said, Sam, you are doing it. I said, Ma, he said, you are going to do this. You are going to do it better than I do. Please go ahead. Now, if she gives me an assignment, and in the process of doing that assignment, I discovered something new, I will steal 15 minutes on that thing, learn something. If I can't finish it, in the process of the day, I'll take another 15 minutes at a time. If you're able to steal 4 15-minute slots, how much time is that? And watch it. Anytime you see your guy, say, oh, my guy, hi. Begin to. You discover that you have taken minimum of 15 minutes. With 15 minutes, you can learn a lot. And I'm telling you this. And that's the way I've equipped myself with a lot of things. As I'm standing here, look at these fingers. These fingers are really hot. Very hot. As they say it. Very hot. I can do so many things with these hands. This morning, a colleague came and said, how do we do this? We have to get this done. I said, you do it this way, this way. He said, look, I can't do it. I just got to my system within minutes. I don't know how to do it. I Google it. But I know how to Google better than you do. And that's where the trick is. So I go beneath the surface and I get it done very quickly. I remember a year or so, she gave us, he said, we have this PDF file and we need to edit it. And we don't have the software on our systems. And I said, oh, well, I know when your boss gives you that, you want to, So I said, well, okay, let's see. And I remember there was a Zamza.com. How many of you have heard of that before? Zamza. I said, well, I remember he could do that, but I'm not too sure whether he could edit. And lo and behold, they've improved that service, free service, and we could do that. And I look so good, isn't it? So take 50 to develop yourself. A lot of us who are not that busy, you have free time. Use that free time to develop yourself. So I want to give you action points. Number 1, take one small action. Gandhi said, action expresses priorities. Many of us, our priorities are shown by your actions. You are here today, it shows that this is important in your life. So number 1 thing, make sure you take these actions. I will encourage you, take 2 minutes to register immediately with my library. Free of charge. It takes 2 minutes to register. Go to that link, tinyurl.com/IRC registration. And when you do that, I told somebody jokingly, I said, even if you have a terrible, in quote, enemy, use this to settle your scores with your enemy. You know what I mean? Let this person register. And when you go there, then 2, start a MOOC that will add value to your life. Go to mysliderule.com. It's like the Google of MOOCs. Courses that are free, courses that you don't need to pay anything for. Go there and at least one to start with, and that will improve your life. My slide rule, as you could see, has a variety of topics. And I gave examples there: Kindle publishing, web design, management, photography, public speaking. And the providers are also listed there. You can search, you can limit, and you can get quite a lot. How many of you know how to publish online? I've seen people come and say, hey, I have this script, I don't know what to do about it. Take a MOOC on how to do that. It's free. There are so many others. On entrepreneurship, 7-week course, how to build a startup. 21 critical lessons for entrepreneurs. From idea to launch. You can see the number of hours. Instead of wasting those valuable time, make sure you take these courses. Technology, responsive web design fundamentals, even Excel. Many of us, I asked another person, I said, do you know how to use Excel? He said, Excel, oh, that one is... I said, not at the beginner's level. I mean, advanced level. He said, I said, what the point? He said, do I need to present? I said, look, if you are looking for good jobs today, you must be asked to present, do presentations. You must be asked to use... Okay? 2-3 weeks ago, we just concluded a 5-week leadership, management, and entrepreneurship for 21st century course in my office. 5 weeks. People were taking those courses on their own, but we had class each week with our young, the yearly alumni facilitating those sessions. And you could also take that. Next, I want to advise you. This is another actionable step you need to take. Read a book. Pick one book. How many of us know about Rich Dad, Poor Dad? I know you know, but have you read it? The Richest Man in Babylon. How many of us have heard of it? Have you read it? You see, the issue is, we know these books are there, and some of us, we don't hand it. Make sure you read. And in my library, we have a lot of books, like I've told you, and you have access to it. We have a lot of other life-impacting programs, which you can also take. We have, and number 5, Okwe said it, but I want to say it in another way. Is there anything around you that you are really frustrated, you are angry with? You know what you need to do? Just create an app for that. Period. Don't waste your energy. Look for solution online and create an application for that. As I'm looking at the audience, if there are students, we have what we call American Corners. American Corners do exactly what the embassy libraries do. And these are scattered all over Nigeria. If you look at the map, we have 5 in the south: Ibadan, Enugu, Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Calabar. Free to use. We have internet access there. We have books there. You can borrow books. You can use the space. You can do so many things. And we've had some wonderful young people come in. They'll just quietly go in, seek for admission outside the country, look for scholarships. And at the end of the day, that's where some of us were busy yapping all over the place. You know? And at the end, we're losing opportunities. We have movies, documentaries there. But at the end, what I'm saying is this. There are opportunities for you, and these opportunities are available here in Nigeria, here in Lagos. Why can't you take that opportunity? Let me reiterate it again. If you want to be a member of the Information Resource Center, where you have access to millions of resources, you want to create an application, for instance, you don't know how to do that. Register, look for a MOOC, that's a course that is free. We can help you find that. Oh, you don't have internet access. We do, and it's free. Come in. We will put you on. You don't have a space to... We have it. Come and use it. Do you understand? And at the end, you will be that valuable person that they will be looking for. And you'll be the next Opayeme and the likes that are seated here today. So thank you very much. Our contact details are there.